Before we get to the gameplay footage and the interview, I wanted to say thank you to Ian, the founder of Maze Theory, for allowing me to interview him and for giving me all a good insight of Doctor Who Edge of Time. Not only is it a really good game and concept, I really like that it makes you feel like you're in an episode of Doctor Who. After the interview, there's going to be the interview diaries with the founders and creators of Doctor Who The Edge of Time. Basically, they go through the development of Edge of Time and what they put into it and all their hard work, and I would really love for you guys to check that out. The game launches at the end of September of this year, so September 2019, and it will be on multiple platforms such as PlayStation VR, Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and Vive Cosmos. So there's multiple ways you can get the game. I plan on getting the game as soon as I get a VR. Overall, it was a fun experience, and thank you so much for allowing me to interview you, and I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I'm sorry if I suck, but I caught on really fast. But it was honestly so fun, and I was so happy to have represented my fellow Whovians and promote this amazing game. I can't wait to see the finished product, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Bye, Brianna.
Doctor's been like held at the edge of time by this new band, and you're her friend. Basically, you have to sort of like this reality part and you basically have to help her. Are you filming me there?
Sort of. I was trying.
Don't catch me. I think it's
mostly the crusty crab though. No, I'm kidding. I love it. They sold crab time. Yeah, I'm battery satellite pick. Okay. For some reason, I thought they were the doctor a lot longer than they were. No, for some reason I thought they were all doctors a lot longer than they are. Like,
yeah, hold it down, hold it down.
Isn't it just a season? No.
It's a reach down.
I think, I don't know.
Oh, no. Spread over the radio.
When it does
See what like this, right? It's management class. That's what I'm saying, it's like something like that. Looking around.
Satellite?
Look up.
Oh! Okay. How do I get up there?
That should do it, that should do it.
Is it doing it?
That should do it, yeah.
Okay.
Go get the TARDIS when it comes.
Ah! Did I get it?
Stop serialized, yeah. Come on.
Wait, what? Oh, come here!
We should do this with you then.
So I have to keep powering it?
No, it's right.
We're gonna get
Oh, okay. Alright. I want to go in! I'm in! It's a dream!
I need to go. I'll tell you this. In the game, in the last level, basically get inside the Dalek and go around shooting at the Dalek.
That's right, so next time it's just look to your right.
With him, playing the Dalek, sitting in the Dalek, shooting the Dalek. Don't you think that's fun?
That would be
And we
amazing.
can do it on the channel.
Yeah, that would be awesome. How can we get that?
Give you my email.
Perfect.
That was my fun, wasn't it? Maze, hyphen deal.
And they...
There you go, then go to the class. That's right, yeah.
So cool. We're shaking. I'm not used to the real world anymore.
Yeah, get back in. Get back in there, get back in there.
Exactly.
Much better.
Right. Do you want to ask me some questions?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah.
So,
So you're back from the world.
yeah, I thought that was so cool. So this is a completely different storyline from the actual show.
So this sits in between the last series and the new one.
Okay.
So it's like, right.
So it's in
up to
between
date.
12 and
Yeah.
11 and 12.
So it's in
Yeah,
the canon
13.
as part of the whole thing. It's
Okay.
like a thing.
Okay, cool. So there's I heard the Daleks. So there's old villains. Is there anything new that we're facing in this game?
Yeah, there is. So there's basically Daleks and Weeping Angels.
Okay, there we go.
And then there's these new monsters called the Zlysters.
Slicers?
So Zlysters are like, do you have Love Island in America?
No.
You know
I heard of Love Island.
Okay, so Love Island is like where you, it's people looking, like making themselves look as perfect as you can, right?
Okay.
So the Zlysters are a bit like a super vain alien race that have mudded themselves up so much that in the end they turn out to be zombies and like they're horrendous.
Oh.
So they're quite funny. And then you've got Hydrox, which are a new sort of little race. They're incubating in the first scene. They try and get out. I don't know. And then there's like some characters like Emma and the blue baddie in the first.
Oh, okay. So obviously Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor, is the main character. Do we get to see any of the other Doctors? Are you just saying that? Is that
No,
spoiler?
because it is set now, right?
Set now, yeah.
And if it was the show, you wouldn't have all the doctors.
That's true, that's true. But we
So
did have the
it's meant to-
crossover with David Tennant.
Yeah, there
and-
was, yeah. But
I just had to ask.
yeah, no. We've had loads of people wanting to see their own doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We do have, not that we're going to release it, but we have a 1960s TARDIS that we might be able to use later on,
Cool, that's cool.
which is quite cool.
So no other Doctors. Do we get to see any of the other like fan favorite companions?
No companions. You play the role. There's like a few new companions.
Oh, so we're the companions.
Yeah. So you play the role of the friend, basically.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Which we looked on Reddit, and that was like the number one thing people wanted to be.
was the companion. That's cool. Trying to think. I'm blanking on all of my questions.
What's your most scary monster?
The Weeping Angels.
So do you want to hear about how that works?
Yes.
Okay.
No, wait. Yes. Okay.
It's good. It's good. I did squeal in the office when I did it. So basically, Weeping Angels are perfect in VR because when you look away, they protect you, right?
No.
So you have to watch them, and in the game, you're trying to fix this thing that I went to where it is, in the Victorian level.
Okay.
But you can only fix it by looking away and fixing it. So it's like a game of chicken where you're basically like, am I going to look away or not? So it's great.
God. Okay. So when does the game Edge of Time release?
September, late September, I think.
Okay.
So on all the different, on PlayStation, on Oculus and Vive, it's going to be on Quest, and all the Vive headsets. So,
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you for showing me your game.
No worries, pleasure.
And it was fun playing it. I can't wait to buy it. Can we buy it, guys? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
no worries, pleasure. Thanks.
It's a partnership between Maze Theory, the BBC and PlayStack, and we all want to do an amazing thing with Doctor Who and bring her to life and the world to life in a way that's not been done before. It's something that needs to come to life in new and interesting ways to stand the test of time.
What's happening with Doctor Who is quite interesting at the moment. So it's the first time we've had a female Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. Our game is going to be part of that world, and I think BBC felt like doing this in VR would be a great extension of what they already do, giving fans the chance to be inside the episode and experience it like never before.
You take the role of the companion. We had a lot of debate internally whether it would be you playing the role of the Doctor. It didn't feel right in order to do that. I think the best experiences are where you get to play yourself. We've designed it around that. If you were to suddenly be in the Doctor Who world, you'd probably feel like a fish out of water. So the Doctor helps you through this whole experience, kind of holds your hand a bit.
You've redecorated.
The TARDIS has an amazing amount of detail in it. It's been fantastic to recreate the new TARDIS. It's even got a biscuit drawer.
Yeah, I had to get the biscuit in there. There are so many controls and switches and dials on the actual panels itself. So we've made sure that anything that could move on set actually works in-game. Even down to how far dials actually turn. If it's like 90 degrees, we make sure that they actually do turn the correct way.
Yeah, it's fantastic seeing a Dalek at scale and coming face to face with one.
The Weeping Angels are absolutely perfect for VR. The idea that whenever you look away, they move and come towards you is just absolutely spot on.
VR, it's all about experience. So the simplest thing, like picking up a cup, it's really immersive and it makes you feel like you're doing it in the real world. People that have not even played VR, you just see the excitement on their face, you know, they're experiencing something together. Even if they're not gamers, it is for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a uniquely tactile experience when you reach around and grab something with your own hands compared to moving a stick or pressing a button. Just looking up at things and having that experience of seeing the scale and grandeur of some of the environments that we've got in 3D with a massive field of view where you can see everything is totally different to when you were doing it on a flat screen.
I'm most excited to watch players go into the TARDIS. There's definitely a wow moment, and it's something you can only get in VR. I think if you're playing it on a traditional console, you don't get the same kind of feeling. Everyone does the same thing where they'll open the door, put their head in, peep around, kind of walk back out, close it, and kind of keep doing it back and forth, and there's an awesome feeling whenever you do that.
A Sonic is the Doctor's most famous tool that gets them out of trouble. It's really cool getting access to that in VR. Like, you do feel like the Doctor, like, oh, you know, I'm trapped in this room and I need to unlock the door, and you just, you know, it's like what the Doctor would do to Sonic it. And so hearing that, you control that, and then just that little satisfying click of the door actually unlocking and stuff. It doesn't sound like much, but in VR, that's really cool.
I mean, the great thing about Doctor Who is you never know where you might end up in the universe or in time.
In the world of Doctor Who, the Doctor is this chaotic guide who drags you through time and space. You may not know the destination you're going to, but you will know that that journey, that adventure, is one of the best adventures you will have in your life.